Hi everybody and welcome to another exciting edition of Sports Spotlight, our 32nd year on the air. We're here at the Eddie Edgar Arena. It's a matchup featuring the Patriots of Livonia Franklin hosting St. Francis of Toledo. This is Neil Rifkin. Along with Dennis Pushy, he's bringing you all the play-by-play action, and a good matchup here, Dennis. A good chance, non-conference matchup for our viewers at home.
Very good matchup, Neil. Talking with both coaches before the game, they're kind of looking forward because they don't usually get out of state to play very many games. So, pretty equally matched teams according to both of the coaches. We'll see where we go from there.
Franklin in the white and St. Francis, the Knights of St. Francis in the blue. Puck now at center ice there. That was number 10, Dakota Keaton. We're going to mention his name quite a bit here.
Oh, yeah. He's been around Franklin program for a while.
Here comes St. Francis down the other way here. That's number 19, Brendan Booth. Booth had it, lost it. And whistle blows, action stops. Looks like they can bring the face. Well, we're going to hold the face off inside the Franklin zone, just to the right of Franklin goaltender Stephen Hicks, number 1. And starting in the net for St. Francis will be number 34, Tom Barrow.
Our officials for tonight's game the referees are John Spangler and John Lindeman, and our linesman is Pat Sirota.
Action now stays within the Franklin zone. Good stop there by number 7, Chris Meyer for St. Francis. This is the first time we've had a Toledo team here on Sports Spotlight. So we got a list of non-conference or a couple of non-conference matchups here this season, along with one KLAA matchup. If you go back to the action, coming in with a shot, and that was Neva. Good stop there by Barrow. That's what Franklin's got to do, and not just from, hold that thought for a second. There's a shot there by Riley Box, number 15, and Franklin will clear it. Going after it now, that's Luke Kavanaugh. Correction on that. Nick Howard on that. St. Francis the other way. There's a shot. Let's see if Kyle Fugetti can clear it. He does. For Franklin. And
I was talking with Coach Chris Varga of St. Francis before the game, and he was telling me that they're a very talented, very young team, and they could continue to improve as the season goes along. So, as a coach, your results may not be at the beginning, but you like to see progression as the season goes along. And Coach Varga told me it's very, very uplifting to see the improvement in these young men.
Well, they've had a storied hockey program down there in Toledo.
They have,
and they've made lots of trips out here to the Detroit area to play the Detroit area schools.
Correct.
So.
They do that even not just only in the high school games, but in the travel teams. I remember when the Livonia Knights, when my son was playing for the Livonia Knights, we would go down at least twice a year, or we'd play them twice a year, once here and once down in Toledo, and it was always a competitive matchup. Very good hockey down there.
Now going after it, number 5, Jonah Ostrander. Checking the boards. Good job by the Franklin defense. Steve Morris out there, number 5, trying to clear that puck around the boards. Let's see if the Patriots can clear it, and they do. Long pass intended. Hopefully that was, number 13. Jacob Blanks had it, lost it. Well, now had it, lost it. One thing Franklin's got to do, they got to establish, get something going inside, in this case, the St. Francis zone. Blanks had it for a little bit, and now here comes St. Francis the other way.
Right. A couple of the Franklin games that I have seen this year, too much of the play is in their own zone, and that's a recipe for disaster. And they need to get it out of the zone, as you say, and go on the offensive end.
We'll see what they can do early on this first period as Hicks, and they have bouncing wrister by.
I'm not sure Hicks knew where that puck was,
no.
Neil. That was he took a look behind him, and there it was.
Almost went through the 5-hole right there, the 5-hole being very small. So.
Right.
But face off inside the Franklin zone to the left of Mr. Hicks.
He's a junior goalie. This is his second year with the Patriots, so he's used to this competition. So he'll be all right. Coach Ken Anderson has told me Hicks has been one of their bright spots, that he's played good goal this year.
Held in by number 11, Dawson Booth. St. Francis holding onto that puck. Going to find an opportunity here. Pass now to the right near side. Still held in by the Knights, and finally Franklin will clear it. Here we go. Down the other way. There's a shot, and a good stop there by Barrow.
That's number 8, Ryan Kerr.
Ryan Kerr.
Yeah. And he's complaining that the net's off, which it is.
Yeah.
That's why the stoppage of play.
You know, I was checking before today's game that Kerr, at least one thing Franklin has seen in a couple games against Heartland and against Churchill this season, they're going to build a passing game. And at least that line that they have, Jacob Cox, Dakota Seaton, and Ryan Kerr, able to pass the puck a little bit more. Good opportunity there for Ryan Kerr, and hopefully we'll see a bit more out there right now. I see Jacob Cox will be taking that face-off right now, team captain.
Yeah. He's only a junior as a team captain, so his leadership there must be very, very good to have a young man as the captain rather than a senior. But
now,
one name I want to mention for Franklin, the kids were all laughing, and I don't think it's a negative thing, but number 12, Sebastian Stucco.
Yeah.
He goes by the name of Seabass, and I don't know why, but
I don't know.
He loves it, and the kids love it. So he asked me they asked to get it on the air. I said, I will, as long as it's not in derogatory form, and it's not. They said they all call him Seabass, and they love it.
Action still inside the Franklin zone. That's number 6, Luke Kavanaugh again. And Hicks will hold on to it. Face off again will be deep inside the Franklin zone. Got to mention, too, we'll play 3 17-minute periods. Right. In case there's a tie at the end of regulation, we will go to an overtime.
An 8-minute overtime, I believe. Yeah.
Now,
yep.
Face off here. It's number 16, Nathan Shelnick. He's team captain for St. Francis.
Yeah, I want to get to a story in a little bit about number 16 for St. Francis, but let's get on with the play, and I'll tell you, I'll keep that thought in mind.
And Hicks makes a stop. Face-off still remains inside the Patriot zone.
Coach Chris Varga was telling me about number 16, Nathan Shelnick. He said he's a very good player, but not their most talented player. He said he doesn't base his captains on how talented a kid is. He said it's all about the work ethic, and he said the reason the kid has a C is he's a strong leader both on the ice and in the locker room, and every kid on this team just respects the heck out of him, and he said that's why he's a C. You know, it makes sense.
Makes sense, well deserved.
I think we got a penalty coming up here.
Yes, sir, I think we do.
Yeah, I saw the arm go up.
I think it's going to be, let's see, we got a Franklin player down.
Yeah.
And I think the penalty will be against, looks like it's going to be against Franklin.
Yep. They're calling the Franklin trainers out. The young man is still down. We don't know, we can't get his number, who's down.
We'll see some of the faithful Franklin fans here.
But this isn't ever good when you have to have the coaches and trainers out onto the ice, but hopefully it's nothing serious.
Just a little shaken up here.
Yep.
So we have an official timeout right now. You know, I just mentioned, this Franklin team mentioned it's been a little bit of a challenging year. They did have 2 back-to-back, a brief 2-game winning streak earlier this year when they beat Gibraltar Carlson. And they went up to Cadillac for a weekend.
Okay.
And beat Cadillac right after that. So
that's good. That's impressive. Yeah.
So they can win. And in the game against Heartland, as giving.
It's like number 8.
It was Ryan Kerr.
No, it was an 8. It's number 5, Stephen Morris.
Stephen Morris. Okay.
Yep. So he's okay, but we do have the penalty. And I believe it's going to be called on Dakota Keaton for tripping.
Let's see. I'm going to get the official. Let's see here.
No, Keaton's out on the ice.
Yeah, Keaton's out on the ice.
No. It'll be Sebastian Stucco.
Stucco.
Seabass.
Seabass. So Seabass goes to the penalty box.
For interference at 5:53.
And St. Francis will on the power play early. Here's the chance right in front. Shot by Nick Mack goes a bit wide. Number 17 held in by Dressel, Billy Dressel, number 4 for the Knights. And just held in for a second there. And St. Francis now recovered by Dressel. Dressel is out there on defense along with Nick Howard, number 8. Rink wide pass goes a little too far in the corner. Kerr tries to clear it, can't. There's a wrist shot taken by St. Francis.
St. Francis wants to have confidence in this number 4 Dressel to be on the number 1 power play, and he's only a sophomore, so
Yeah.
must be really a good player out there for them to be on their first line power play.
Keep an eye on him throughout this contest.
Yeah.
So here they come one more time again down the right wing. That's Riley Box. Box coming in, lost the handle, had it.
Another sophomore.
Another sophomore.
Exactly what Coach Varga had told me.
And
Very young team.
And again, they got Chris Meyer out there. Chris Meyer on the power play for St. Francis. He's only a freshman.
Yeah. Yep.
Franklin clears it. Patriots doing a good job killing this penalty. Battle behind.
Zatko.
Yep,
That's Nick
yeah,
Zatko.
yeah, it is. No, Josh Bowes, number 7.
Number 7 and 17 both were out there. Yep. I think 7 and 17 are the defensemen. So that would be Bowes, and there's Zatko right there.
Zatko now has it. Franklin, gotta be careful here. Sullier, Nick Sullier, took it away, held it in for the Knights. Over to, looks like Coward. Good job stick handling. Pass over to Booth. Booth shot it, bit wide. Still inside the Franklin zone in the corner. Patriots got to find a way to clear that puck. Too much action in there early on. Held in by Booth. Booth, his wrist shot goes a bit wide. Once again, it's Coward. Centering pass, shot, stop. And the whistle blows for another stoppage in action.
I was watching number 19, Nolan Neva, doing a good job of back checking, staying in his territory, in his zone, and did a very good job and a couple nice breakups in there.
Even if they can do this, Dennis, if they can move into the neutral zone, better instead of staying in their own zone.
Right.
Yeah, because saw that in the contest against Heartland, because early on against Heartland, the defending Division II state champs, by the way, Franklin held in that contest. I mean, Heartland came out, scored 5 straight goals, but Franklin came back in that contest. But again, the action ended up being in Franklin's own zone, like you said, make a long story short. As we go back to the action,
John Juris has called for a slashing penalty for St. Francis, so Franklin will be on the power play now.
Yep. Thank you to our help down there in the press box there, Scores booth. So Franklin, opportunity with the man advantage, but here comes St. Francis on the kill, and now the Patriots go the other way. Kerr had it, lost it. They got Kerr out there along with Dakota Keaton and along with Jacob Cox. The big line for Franklin. And centering pass too far for Fugetti. He's offside, and the faceoff will be brought back into the neutral zone.
As you said, the thing is, even when they're at even strength, they're having a hard time keeping it out of their zone. But in the power play with the man advantage, they got to make sharp, crisper passing to get the situation in gear and head down the ice the other way. I mean, you have the man advantage, you have to take advantage of it.
And they did that against Heartland earlier in the year. In fact, they had a 2-man advantage, eventually not only 1 man, but 2-man advantage and scored 2 goals.
Wow.
Against, defending Division II champs.
Yeah. Heartland always has a good team.
Dolph.
One of the tops of the state all the time.
Here's Keaton with a wrist shot, and it's knocked away. Good stop there by Barrow. Held in by Kerr. Checked into the boards.
And when we talk about Heartland, we're not even talking about division. They're one of the
No.
top teams, no matter what division. They're one of the top teams in the state, 1, 2, or 3, whatever.
Well, for a while there was pick your poison. Well,
Yeah.
it was either Heartland, Trenton, Stevenson, or Brother Rice, but Heartland's been at number 1 for most of this 18-19 campaign.
Right.
Well, let's see what Franklin can do right here. Opportunity inside the St. Francis zone. Puck now cleared by the Knights. And going after it, that's Nick Zatko. Zatko. Get something going here. The Patriots, here they go in the neutral zone. Good job there, and a check by Luke Kavanaugh for St. Francis. There's a chance, there's a shot that's deflected.
St. Francis is back at full strength now, so and the puck went up in the netting, so we have another stoppage in play. Face-off will be to the left of the goalie.
Yep.
That's Thomas Barrow. As Coach Vargas said, the goaltending is split between Thomas Barrow and number 29, Jacob Coward, and Barrow's in net tonight.
There's a chance in front there for, looks like Kerr. And Barrow makes another stop. I was saying Neva took the face-off there. I thought 19, Neva again one more time. Let's see if Franklin can hold it in. They do. Puck now behind the net. As Neva battling behind
He is a tough kid. He's a very tough kid.
Troy Augustine fan on the shot, and here comes St. Francis the other way. Coming down with it, that's Jonah Ostrander, number 5. And the net comes out the moorings, and the officials will have to put it back on.
Camden Smythe made a nice play there too, coming back when St. Francis appeared to have an odd man rush, and Camden got back into play to break something up there, and you know, there's no substitute for hustle.
No.
None at all. I mean, don't be lazy. Hustle. That makes up for a lot of your team weakness.
I think they're going to move the face-off now. Outside the Franklin line, so. And winning face-offs, too. Have that hustle, like right
Huge.
here. Number 12, Stucco.
Yeah.
Seabass winning that face-off, but cleared by, I think, an icing call, or let's see, a stoppage in action again.
We're going to get another penalty.
I think so.
Yeah. Looks like
St. Francis, nope. St. Francis penalty coming up. I think it's number 11, Dawson Booth.
Yeah.
So Franklin, here we go.
Yeah.
Another power play opportunity for the Patriots.
So the penalties now are even at 2-2, 11-28. Dawson Booth for interference. And here they come.
And the other way, shot taken by Hunter McKee, number 10. Good stick handling, fell down, but let's see if Stevenson can get something together. Ryan Kerr out there along with Justin Peterson. Right here comes St. Francis again, shorthanded, putting the pressure inside the Franklin zone. I don't know. Franklin got a couple good opportunities on that opening penalty, on that first St. Francis period penalty against John Jaros.
There seems to be some confusion there. Like their pucks are not stick to stick or tape to tape. You know.
Yeah.
They're just like dishing it out in the center. Another good save by Hicks. Everything what Coach Anderson said about him is looking to be true. He is a bright spot in this Franklin team.
Well, Nick Mack, number 17 for St. Francis, good job stick handling. He's getting that shorthanded goal there.
Yeah.
And I think the faceoff's going to stay inside the Franklin zone.
It either went up in the netting or Hicks held it for the face-off, but either way, you're right, it's inside the Franklin zone. But the story so far of this game is there's just too much action in the Franklin zone. You know?
Yeah.
And We are
Yeah.
still 0-0, and just
You don't, like I said, put too much energy in your own zone, but let's see what Franklin can do. But
okay,
St. Francis.
we're at 4-on-4 now. Ryan
Yeah.
Kerr just got a hooking penalty, number 8 for Franklin. So we're 4-on-4. That occurs at 12:15. So we're going to be about a minute or a little less than a minute of 4-on-4 hockey here.
Yep. So Booth, probably less than a minute left.
Yeah. Booth will come out, and
Yeah.
then St. Francis will go on the power play.
Yep. Okay. Held in though by Chris Meyer, number 7. And the goal is puck went into the nettings. Face-off still remains inside the Franklin zone.
So that's 5 penalties now in this period. 3 by Franklin and 2 by St. Francis.
That's
so.
a lot earlier. What do you say? You've been a coach. What do you say to a team when, or well, in this case, with 5 penalties, but 3.
Yeah,
3 against Franklin, 2 against. It looks like I didn't see too many penalties early on in the year for Franklin. But what do you say to a team when you get 3-4 penalties?
You're looking for trouble.
Yeah.
You really are
Yeah.
when that happens. Because it's hard enough playing the game when you're 5-on-5, but when you give a team an advantage, it's just a lot of bad things can happen. So you need to stay out of the penalty box.
Shelnick out there with.
I'd say that to any
yeah.
team.
Shelnick, the captain for the Knights, out there with Riley Box, number 15. Let's see if Franklin can get organized here, even with this 4-on-4, and to be shorthanded in just a little bit here. Puck goes all the way down the ice. Cox going after it, racing for the puck with Ostrander. Cox has it. He's got Fugetti with him, but again, the whistle blows.
Getty's a big boy. He's a linebacker for Franklin in football, and he uses that size pretty well out here on the ice. So,
Good intimidator for Coach Anderson.
yes, he is. Coach Anderson's in his first year for Franklin. He previously coached at North Farmington for a number of years, and comes with a wealth of hockey knowledge. Very, very good guy. And looking up and down their roster, they do have a lot of underclassmen, so, he's going to have some guys that he can bring forward,
And we've seen in the LHA when you got a young team, it's that second year when they really develop, like when the Mites and the Squirts.
Oh, yeah.
Just give them 1 year, and by that second year, like top flight team. But let's see what happens right here. Some good opportunities early on for Franklin. They've always seen the puck in their own zone. Let's.
Okay, we got the power play now because the Booth came out of the box, so it's 5-on-4 for Franklin for about a minute or so.
Chance there for Kavanaugh on the backhand, lost it. Holding it in was Mack. Good job passing the puck, controlling the puck. Mack now has it, centering pass. Too far for, looks like for Box. Held in, then by the Knights.
It's number 17, Nick Mack for St. Francis is the player. He's a position, very, very good player.
Cut puck back, and now here comes Franklin taking it out. Peterson had it, lost it. Justin Peterson, number 2. And again, St. Francis will control it. Backhanded pass goes into the Franklin zone, now taken by Matt Sheridan, number 3. Doesn't get it out. St. Francis holds it in. Good job there by Ryan Finn for the Knights. Now Franklin clears it.
Franklin's out. The man came out, so we're at even strength again now. So
good job there by the Patriots. Let's see what they can do even strength. Now taking it for the Knights the other way. That's Kavanaugh. There's a shot from the point by, looks like by Stein. Zach Stein, number 25 for St. Francis. Held in, though, by Kavanaugh, and it's cleared. St. Francis going the other way. Here they come. Wrist shot. Good stop there by Hicks. Then that rush led by Luke Kavanaugh for the Knights.
that's an outside. would have been a delayed offside had he not touched it inside the zone. But once he made contact with it, it becomes a delayed offside as Boyd may take the face off to center ice.
Yep. So let's see if the top line here for Franklin, Cox out there along with Seaton and Kerr. Get something going here for Franklin. Get on the scoreboard first. No score here in this first period. In the Eddie Edgar Arena, St. Francis, Toledo in the blue, Franklin in the white. Peterson trying to get that, take control of the puck. Can't. Cox had it, lost it. Here it comes Cox now. Cox.
Great move.
Oh, good handed shot, and the net came off the moorings again. That's two right there.
Yeah, yeah. He went to the backhand and just shot it over the top of the net, but that was a great move by Cox to get the shot off and went through a couple of defenders. And
yeah, he's a Jacob Cox, very good player.
very good player. He's only a junior. We remember him from last year, how good he was as a sophomore, you know, playing with the big boys. And we knew his future at that time. We knew it was going to be bright.
You know, in the Heartland game, he was able to draw a penalty on Heartland's top defender, and that Heartland player ended up getting a game misconduct too.
Oh boy.
So he can draw the penalties.
Yeah.
Big advantage there, and a smart player too, Jacob Cox. Go back the other way. Here's a chance now. Backhanded shot. They score. It looks like that was Jaros.
No,
Double check
Nick
on
Mack.
that. Nick Mack.
Nick Mack, yeah.
And a replay's coming up. You're going to see, important here, how St. Francis won that face-off.
And that's what you've been saying.
Yeah.
That's what you've been saying.
Yep.
How important these face-offs are, and I totally agree with you. And they won the face-off, and Mack got behind. Here he goes in, makes a nice move, dekes Stephen Hicks, and really didn't have much of a chance.
Nope.
There was nobody else back there with him. Booth and Nick Coward started to play from the back end, and I believe they will draw the assists.
Let's see here. Yep.
It will be
Nick Coward gets assist number 8 along with Dawson Booth.
right near the end of the period too. 34 seconds left in the period, and it was at 16:26 was the goal. I mean, they played a scoreless game of the first period up until 34 seconds left, and we'll see what happens here. If, you know,
Well,
St. Francis has a chance to win the face-off here. Let's hope that they don't go down 2-0 here.
Yeah, because you're right. But a good job there by Nick Coward winning that face-off.
Yeah.
And Booth knocking the puck down the ice, leaving Mack all alone. Final moments of this first period here. Let's see if Franklin can get something going, but that's it. So that will do it for that first period. Again, a lot of act. Franklin had some chances on the power plays, but could not succeed. But otherwise, St. Francis comes away with a goal in the final minute of the first period, and our score after one period of play, it's St. Francis of Toledo 1 and Livonia Franklin nothing. Stay tuned. We got a lot more action coming up, plus maybe a scoop from Dennis and some other stuff and other information. You're watching Sports Spotlight.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Got a quarter?
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the second period of this hockey matchup here on Sports Spotlight, high school action, featuring Livonia Franklin and St. Francis of Toledo. St. Francis leads it 1-0. This is Neil Rifkin along with Dennis Pushies, and Dennis, the key here, Franklin's got to get something going here before get some offense going. Simple as that.
They got to get it out of their zone is the main thing.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been enough play. They've had 2 breakaways.
Look at this. Here's a chance right there. And Ryan Finn fanned on the shot. Good pass there by Nick Mack. Franklin in the white. St. Francis in the blue. And once again, back to where, what you just mentioned, action back inside the Franklin zone.
Right.
Trying to clear it, that's Steve Morris for Franklin. Can't get it over the blue line. Held in by the Knights, and Steve Hicks will make the stop.
Franklin had their chances in the first period.
Yep.
They had a couple breakaways.
Yep.
And then Cox made the nice move where he went between defenders and backhanded it over the goalie's head. But
And Ryan Kerr had an opportunity too.
that's right. So there were 4 chances. But for the most part, the action has stayed in the Franklin end. And they need to stay out of the penalty box. There's been 5 penalties, 3 on Franklin, 2 on St. Francis, and both teams, there's nothing good about a penalty, really.
So here comes St. Francis the other way. Good stop there. Well, I stand corrected. Franklin coming the other way, and Tom Barrow has to make the stop. That was Fugetti. Kyle Fugetti leading that rush. And that's what we need to see more of.
Right.
Of Franklin getting inside the St. Francis zone.
Coach Vargas told me that his team, he can't make excuses. He's not an excuse maker, but his team has been hurt by injuries. They've had 3 and 4 guys hurt during the year, and some of the key players. But he said it's the mentality of next man up, and that's what you got to go with. And so some of these younger players are getting their opportunity.
Well, we saw it in the first period. Chris Meyer, number 7 for St. Francis, freshman.
Billy Dressel, a sophomore.
Billy Dressel, a good skater. There's a chance right there for Riley Box.
Another sophomore.
Yep. Backhanded shot. Hicks makes the stop.
And this John Jarris,
Yeah.
number 12, is only a freshman. So,
Yeah.
this whole thing about what Coach had told me before the game about them being young is really true. We're watching some young players out here for St. Francis, and the future could really be bright. As with Franklin,
yeah.
tonight is their senior night, and they're graduating only 5 seniors, so they have a lot of players coming back, including Jacob Cox, their captain, who's only a junior.
Well, let's see what Franklin can do right here. They got the puck inside the St. Francis zone. Going after it, good check in the boards there. Jacob Blanks, we haven't mentioned his name, sophomore.
Yeah.
Patriots holding it in. Backhanded shot there by Stucco and cleared by St. Francis. Now Troy Augustine tries to go the other way, can't. Held in though by Forrest Stacy, a sophomore for St. Francis. St. Francis will clear. Here's the chance now, onside. Centering pass intended for Jaros. Misses the point, but Hicks makes the stop. Jaros was right there on the left side of the goal.
You mentioned number 14 for Franklin, Troy Augustine.
Yep.
He's a sophomore defenseman. He is the younger brother of Franklin's 4-year goalie from last year or the year before for 4 years, Will Augustine.
Will Augustine, yeah.
And he decided to go another route. He wants to play the defensive end of it, where his brother was a 4-year starter in goal. And he was a heck of a goalie.
He did a good job there, too.
He did.
Well, once again, Jacob Cott. Well, let's see here. Good stop there by Hicks in goal. Pressure put on by St. Francis here. Once again, Nick Sullier holding in for the Knights. And in the corner now is Jaros again. Jaros battling 2 Franklin defenders. Battle on right side coming in now. That is Shelnick. Sullier behind the nets. Sullier held in by Meyer. Wrist shot. That's blocked. Cox clears it. Peterson, pass for Peterson, way too far. Now Dressel, racing with Peterson. Dressel.
That was an icing, and linesman waved it off.
Good job there by Peterson.
And number 2, Peterson.
Peterson holding it in. No one there.
No one there. Yep.
Seaton racing with the ball. Whoa!
Whoa! We got a collision there. Cox and
Seaton.
Chris Meyer.
Chris Meyer, junior and the freshman. And here comes St. Francis the other way. Sullier had it, lost it.
Good hit there by number 17, Nick Zatko. Tucked in.
Held in by Finn for St. Francis. Centering pass, good stop there. On Nick Howard. Nick Howard had 2 chances.
2 chances. And Hicks came up big on both of them.
And I think we got a penalty coming up. Or was it delayed offside? I think it was
Delayed offside, yeah. It's hard to tell with these because the referees with the orange bands can also call delayed offside.
Yep.
You know, as it's not that way in the pro game that we are used to, when it's the linesman who will call the delayed offside.
A little battle there on the right wing between Ostrander and Seaton, but here comes St. Francis the other way. There's a shot down on the left wing there. Set up by Dressel. Dressel, he had Mack to his right. Franklin clears it, but not fully. Held in by Booth. Booth, who had an assist on the opening goal by St. Francis in their first period. Mack. Over to Booth. Booth. There's a shot. That's deflected back along the boards. Held in, though, by Stein at the blue line. Now taken by Box. Shelnick had it, lost it, still. If St. Francis can't hold on to the puck, it still remains in the Franklin zone. And Franklin finally clears it. But again, St. Francis slowly controlling the neutral zone on us.
Yep.
Even though it's 1-0.
I like this number 11, Dawson Booth. He's an energetic defenseman who cheats in and becomes an offensive defenseman. And if you can get away with that, and I know sometimes
whoa!
you can get burned,
Did you see that?
Number 10.
Hunter McKee.
Sometimes those offensive defensemen, as long as you're not getting burned on that, they can add another weapon to your offense.
Actually, it was Booth who made that centering pass after Nick Howard won the face-off late in the first period.
Yep.
That pass to Nick
Ward,
Mack.
yeah.
Yep.
Or no, you're
Nick
right.
Mack.
Nick Mack, yeah. Nick Mack,
For
number 17. Yep.
So Franklin's got to be careful here. Again, puck's still in their own zone. Held in, control once again. This is Brendan Booth now. Brendan, not to be confused with Dawson Booth. So Brendan out there for St. Francis, number 19. Brendan holding in. Good job. Here comes St. Francis again.
Brendan's a freshman as well. Look at the number of freshmen and sophomores on this team is incredible.
Here comes Kieran. Now look at it. Got nobody right there. I mean, a good shot, but nobody to
Nobody
pass.
in front, yeah.
I mean,
Nobody going to the net.
no.
They go to the net, but they're going to the net after the fact.
Neal doing a little pushing and shoving right there. And St. Francis goal crease. Face-off will be inside the right zone.
Still a 1-0 game, too.
10:32 remaining in this second period. Here comes St. Francis now. Going the other way. That is Sullier. Sullier, centering pass. Out in front. Franklin looking to clear it. They can't. Good job held in there by Kavanaugh. Look at 3 Franklin defenders bunching up right in the middle there. And good job held in by Ostrander for St. Francis. St. Francis still has control. And Sullier, centering pass. Two teammates right there in front of Steve Hicks. Now the puck is in the corner. Centering pass intended for Kavanaugh. Sullier had it, lost it. Centering pass in front, and there's a shot, and they score!
I believe it was number 21, Owen Denker.
Owen Denker will get a replay coming up, but number 6, Luke Kavanaugh putting a lot of pressure on that Franklin defense. And we'll double check that in just a moment. Let's see.
There's number 12, Jarris. He made the play, and then, as you said, Kavanaugh got it
Denker.
back to Denker.
Right at the front, from the point.
But it came, the original havoc came from number 12, Jarris, who got the puck away, gave it to Kavanaugh, who gave it back to Denker, and they scored.
Well, Shelnick had a good opportunity right in front of Hicks,
He
too.
did.
And he fell on the ice, but Denker with the shot from the point, and now St. Francis leads it 2-0. Well, Franklin, no excuses here. They got to get going if you want to stay in this contest. Here's a pass from Peterson intended for Seaton. Good job on defense there by Dawson Booth for St. Francis. Here come the Knights the other way. Nick Howard now down the right wing. Gets by a Franklin defender, gets by Sheridan. Shot by Coward is wide. Puck now in the neutral zone. Now Mack racing for it.
Yeah, penalty here.
And penalty coming up.
Gonna be high stick is what he's calling, I believe.
I think it's going to be on Zach Stein.
Zach Stein, number 25. Yeah. So now, with a 2-0 game right now, Neil.
Yeah.
I think this is a crucial part of the game, even though we have a lot of hockey to play.
Sure.
Franklin cannot go down 3-0. They need a goal here. It would be vital to them. They got the power play.
Yeah.
They need to do something on this power play, make something happen, and they have their dogs out, their top dogs out here. I mean, so
You're right. I see Fugetti out there. I see Josh Bowes, but also Seaton, Cox, and Kerr.
right.
The top line. So you got them out there, but countering that, leading the attack is St. Francis captain Nathan Shelnick, and bouncing puck in front of Barrow. He clears it, and here comes Franklin. Let's see what they can do. Kerr. Wrist shot. High.
He scored.
Scores!
Yep. Okay. Now
Finally.
we got a hockey game.
Kerr. And we got a replay coming up. For a minute there, I thought I went just a little too high above the net, but he got the right over. Looks like Tom Barrow's left shoulder, but we got the replay coming up.
Oh, you had Cox and Keaton on the assist. And get it back to Curtis at the blue line, and he fires it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
nobody touched
Nice
it?
strong
No,
wrist shot.
Nobody touched it.
Nope.
It goes in. It's going to be a goal to Kerr at 8:20, and that will be a power play goal for Franklin. So what I was saying is that they needed a goal, and they got one, and, that's a magic formula there for Coach Ken Anderson, and puts Franklin right back in this game at 2-1. That was very important.
Good. And that shot went over Barrow's right shoulder there. He was on the left side of the crease, all open netting there on the right-hand side.
Yep.
So now a 2-1 contest. Franklin only down by 1, and let's see what they can do here to possibly tie this game up. But St. Francis now putting on the pressure. Shelnick, his shot, stopped by Hicks. The face-off will remain inside.
Announcement's coming out from the PA, and he's confirming what we thought. Ryan Kerr, assisted by Jacob Cox and Dakota Keaton.
Yep.
So very good eyesight there, Neil.
Yes. Well, no, good job. Good job. Good. Well, good job by you too. Pointing out.
Got another penalty coming up here.
Speak of the devil.
This is going to be at St. Francis. So again, Franklin will go on the power play.
I think this one's going to be on. I think Riley Box.
Yep.
I believe. So Riley Box,
Where the referee indicates a high sticking on number 15, Riley Box, at 8:47 of the second period. So Franklin again gave their guys a rest, and their top power play is out again. So they have every opportunity now to tie the score. Let's see what they can do.
face off inside the St. Francis. Night zone cleared. Again, St. Francis winning the face-offs.
Coach Varga from St. Francis cannot be happy about these penalties in the second period, as Coach Anderson probably wasn't in the first period for Franklin.
No.
Penalties
Cox
just put you in a hole.
Cox now has it. That top line, Cox, Seaton, Kerr out there for Franklin. Seaton, his pass blocked and knocked back into the neutral zone. Good job there by Hunter McKee on the penalty kill for St. Francis. And the Knights would just dump it back inside the Patriot zone. Kerr now. Pass inside the neutral zone, and nobody there, and the puck goes all the way down the ice. Shelnick will clear it. Held in by Kerr. Will be a duplicate shot. Nope. Blocked there by Shelnick. Mack. Tended pass for Shelnick. Missed it. Cox now battling for it. Pushing and shoving between Shelnick and Kerr. Now the puck back inside the Franklin zone.
Even being shorthanded, there's still 27 seconds left in the power play.
Better be careful. Nick Mack already has a goal in.
Right.
And with the man advantage, Hicks has to make the stop in his own zone.
22 seconds left on Riley Box penalty. Face-off will be to the right of goaltender Stephen Hicks.
You see some of the Franklin fans there, hoping to see their team tie this one up.
How would a Slurpee sound to you right
Yes.
now?
Oh, that sounds good. Oh, yeah.
The girls have them. Even in this cold weather, Slurpees are popular.
Yeah, that's right. So you folks out there watching this contest, don't text message with your Slurpee, okay?
Right.
Yeah. As we go back to the action, Peterson with a shot. Oh, my goodness. Puck went right over the goal crease. Justin Peterson. Golden opportunity for Franklin. St. Francis the other way now. There's a shot. And
Box is out of the penalty box. Ironic that we say that.
Yeah.
Box is out of the box, but Hicks had to hold on to that one.
again, that the penalty killing unit for St. Francis, led by Nathan Shelnick, Nick Mack putting on the pressure on Steve Hicks. And the face-off will remain inside the Franklin zone. And Nolan Nevey would be out there, along with Camden Smythe.
Both teams at
And
full
Steve Moore.
strength, so we'll see what happens here. Franklin had a chance to tie that game on that penalty, but came up with nothing. Well, they had a few opportunities, I would say, but
There's a shot taken by John Jaros. That goes a bit wide. Still, once again, puck still inside the Franklin zone. Pass intended. Franklin forward, goes too far. And you got the top line back out there for the Patriots.
dumped into just the neutral zone and icing his wave.
Peterson going after that. Let's see what, well, the Knights will go the other way with it. You still got Neva out there along with Smythe. Puck in the neutral zone now taken by Smythe. Smythe had it, lost it. St. Francis will clear it. 5 minutes remaining in the second period. Matt Sheridan had it, lost it. Good checking the boards by St. Francis on Smythe. And they're dumping it inside the St. Francis zone, but not getting anything together. Now we got the top line out there.
Right.
Cox, Seaton, and Kerr for Franklin. Puck goes the other way now. Racing for that puck. Stukel out there for Franklin. Had it, lost it, has the puck stolen.
Number 8.
By Nick Howard.
Nick Howard, he's an underclassman as well. He's a junior.
He's done a good job stick handling and stealing the puck. Now taking it, McKee. McKee had it, lost it. Seaton now. Seaton, pass intended for Cox too far. Now Cox over to Seaton. Seaton coming in. Good stop there as Barrow positions himself well on the right side of the crease. Now coming the other way, Denker, who's got the lone goal or second goal, and Hicks will make the stop. .355 remaining in the second period. Franklin only down by 1. But again, the face-off will remain inside the Franklin zone. Nope, they're actually going to move it out on the other side of the blue line. It's Kavanaugh and Kerr on that face-off. Let's see what.
That was really offside here. St. Francis had to tag up now.
Kavanaugh had it, lost it. Kerr for Franklin. Can't get it to anybody.
Good check there by Peterson.
Here comes Seaton now. Seaton with a wrist shot that goes wide. Race for the puck now. Taken by Dawson Booth. And here comes St. Francis now, the other way. Taking it now. Shot deflected by Riley. Box goes a bit wide. Held in though. And finally Cox will send it down the ice. And it'll be an icing call against Franklin.
They look like a very good team. St. Francis does. They look like a confident team. I would say.
Yeah. The thing is this: a lot of people don't realize this. Dennis, we saw it. We checked the stats before the game. They're actually in last place in their division, but the team in first place in the red division of the Northwest Ohio Conference, I think it's called, St. John's of Toledo. They're ranked in a lot of polls either number 8 or number 9 in the state of Ohio.
Right, so there might be something to that playing in a tough conference like that, there might be a reason, but they're playing right now with a lot of confidence.
They look good. They look good.
Very good team and very young, as we keep saying. I sound like a broken record saying it, but they are a very young team, and the future is bright for them. Well,
Shelnick right there. Nathan Shelnick had a chance, and shot stopped by Hicks, and the faceoff remains in the Franklin zone. 2:54 remaining in this second period. 1 goal game, folks, so well, let's see if Franklin can do something, get that puck out of their own zone. For starters, get some passing going, but slowly but surely, mentioned earlier, St. Francis taking over command of that neutral zone.
Ooh, that would, thank God for helmets.
Yeah.
Nothing got the Franklin player right in the face mask.
Smythe to Morris. No, nobody there.
Nobody there. Stephen Morris, number 5.
Held in, Chris Meyer had it. Held in by Smythe at the blue line. And he'll dump it back in. See if Franklin can put some pressure on Tom Barrow now. Battle in the corner there between Dressel, Smythe, and Neva. And the whistle blows.
We got a penalty.
And let's see here.
We're going to get Nathan Shelnick.
Let's see here. Shelnick or
number 16. Shelnick's going to get the trip to the box.
Yeah, I don't know. With box or Shelnick. I think you're right. Nathan Shelnick will go to. I think we'll go for look like a cross check in the corner. We'll double check from the officials.
Franklin's setting up the power play.
Yep.
See what happens here.
Kind of can see Ken Anderson for Franklin giving some instructions to his team. But I think the call, well, I'll be doggone it. It looks like they're going to give Shelnick a major.
5-minute major, a check from behind. Yep.
Wow.
So that means what a 5-minute major means. I know you, Neil, know what it means, Neil, but for our viewers, they will, even if even if Franklin scores, that man will not come out of the penalty box.
They shot, they score! Oh my
Short-handed
goodness!
goal. Oh
For
boy.
Stacy.
Oh boy.
We're gonna get a replay.
That's number 8, Nick Coward.
I thought it was Stacy, but you could be right. It was Nick Howard, who's been doing a heck of a job inside the Franklin zone. We got a replay coming up. So while we were talking about a man advantage,
9 seconds later,
9 seconds later, it's now a 2-goal differential. Let's see what happened here. Again, you didn't see it. Yep, it is Nick Howard. It is Nick Howard. And again, initiated by St. Francis winning the face-off.
yep.
And just like that, the Knights are back up by 2. So, and again, Nick Mack on
On the assist.
his second point.
Yep, along with Jonah Ostrander. We haven't mentioned his name tonight.
Nope.
So that goes as a goal at 15:09 of the second period, a shorthanded goal. And
Wow.
we talk about the power play, and Franklin was on the power play. Look at the tie of the game. They had a 5-minute they have a 5-minute major, and they still are on the 5-minute
Yep.
major.
Let's see if they can get something going right now.
Yeah, only a minute to go, last minute of play in the period, so maybe they could get something going, and then if they don't, they carry that penalty over into the third period.
Puck cleared down the ice by St. Francis. Oh. Again, Smart heads up again. Less than 40 seconds remaining in the second period. How vital those face-offs are. Smythe going after the puck now, behind the boards.
Crucial
Or
part of the
behind
game.
goal. Yep. Cox and Peterson also out there for Franklin. There's a shot that goes a bit wide. Franklin's got to spread it out a little bit here. Good opportunities inside St. Francis zone. Final 10 seconds of this second period. Cox with a shot goes right through the goal crease. Nobody there. And St. Francis will clear it, and that will do it for the second period. Franklin opportunity right there.
Now keep in mind that coming out to start the third period,
Yep.
they'll still have almost a 3-minute power play, 2:59 to be exact,
Yep.
to start the third period because of it being a major
Yep.
on Nathan Shelnick. So.
Yep. So, with that, 2 periods are in the record books, and our score after two periods of play, it's St. Francis of Toledo 3 and Livonia Franklin 1. And you're watching Sports Spotlight. Stick around and stay tuned.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the third period of this high school hockey matchup here on Sports Spotlight, featuring Livonia Franklin and St. Francis of Toledo. St. Francis leads it 3-1. This is Neil Rifkin along with Dennis Pushies, bringing you all the play-by-play action. Franklin right now in the middle of a power play. Let's see if they can get something going here. We got Cox out there. His shot. Knocked away by Tom Barrow. St. Francis goaltender. Franklin in white. St. Francis in the blue. Now taking it is Coward. Nick Coward. He's had a good game thus far. Coward coming on the left side. Couldn't find anybody, and the puck gets cleared back to center ice. Franklin. And with that man advantage, let's see if they can get something going. They're trailing by one for a good chunk of that second period. Let's see if they can, well, here comes St. Francis the other way. And the net will come off the moorings, and we'll have a stoppage in action.
Franklin started this period with 2:59 remaining on their power play because of Nick Shelnick's 5-minute major.
Yep.
And Franklin was unable to capitalize on anything in the final 2 minutes of the first period, or second period, excuse me. So now for the start of the third period, they have 2:59 to go, and see if they can't get back in the game. And if they score, the man stays in the box on a 5-minute major.
As I mentioned earlier, they were able to succeed with the power play earlier against Heartland. So we'll see what they can do against St. Francis here. 2 minutes with the man advantage. But here comes St. Francis the other way. Coming in with a shot. They score! My goodness, John Jaros, I believe. Coming down the left wing. My goodness, he's only a 9th grader. And we got a replay coming up. Dennis, it's been the breakaways.
Yeah, yep. And I believe it's going to be an unassisted goal. It'll definitely be a shorthanded goal.
He's only, what, 14, 15 years old?
Yeah.
What a shot. Bang, bang.
He used his teammate on the other side, and the defenseman took that away by covering the teammate, so Jaros took care of it himself by beating the goalie.
He went for the far side. Hicks was on the far right side. Lots of room there, and now it's a 4-1 contest.
Yep. But Franklin still
has the man advantage.
for another minute and 35.
Let's see what they can do here. Puck back inside the St. Francis zone. So right now, unofficially, John Jaros, his second point on the night, got an assist on the Owen Denker goal in the second period. So the front, St. Francis 4, Livonia Franklin 1. You'd like to see, and that's at least 2 goals by the freshman here for St. Francis.
Just amazing. Just amazing that he's, as you say, 14, possibly 15.
Yeah, at the most.
At the most, and he's playing. But he does, if you look at him, he is a good, well-built kid. So
Yep.
I mean, and he skates very well. So
There's a chance for Seaton. His shot deflected by Barrow. Cox keeping it in. He's got Josh Bose there in the corner, centering pass. Nobody there. Here comes St. Francis again. Tanking it out now. Shelnick. We just dump it behind the Franklin bench. Now coming in after it. That's Box, Riley Box, battling with Kerr.
St. Francis
Again.
is down to like 25 seconds to go in there.
Cox and Kerr battling with the puck in their own zone.
Yeah.
Not-
25-20, now they're down to 15 seconds left in there and killing off their 5-minute major. Franklin has some chances.
Here's a shot by Fugetti, and Barrow will come up with the stop.
So we're at 10 seconds to go in the major.
Well, 2 shorthanded goals by St. Francis. Good, outstanding job on the penalty kill for 5 minutes.
Yeah, not only did they, there's still 10 seconds to go, so
Yeah.
Franklin could score. But
yeah.
they've killed it for 450 so far, and they've also had the shorthanded goal.
Now we got a stoppage in action right now. Referee's talking over strategy or something that was out there on the ice.
Players trying to keep loose. I don't know. We don't know what the problem is here.
Some of the fans, see some of the Franklin crowd right there, hoping to get their team. Equipment issue involving, I think we just found from the press practice here, research department. We thank them. Tom Barrow's equipment.
Okay. Well, that is definitely an issue.
Yeah.
Because you don't, they take that seriously. The helmet on any player, if the helmet on any player comes off, there's an immediate whistle, and if the goalie has any equipment problems at all, they take the time out to fix that. I mean, safety is a huge issue in the game of hockey, and they will do what they need to do, and they did it here, and I commend them for that.
So we'll resume action in just a moment here. Tom Barrow is, these guys are putting back on. Tom Barrow starting goaltender for St. Francis. Steve Hicks between the pipes for Franklin. Here we go. Action resumes as Kerr will race for the puck here. Kerr.
Penalty is over. Well, they killed the 5-minute major and got a shorthanded goal to boot.
Two of them.
Two of them, yeah. That's right.
So Franklin's got their work cut out for them. St. Francis. And it looks like another penalty coming up here.
A little scuffle here in front of the net, but
Ryan Kerr again. Got a replay coming up.
Stephen Hicks looks to be hurt. Or is he just shaken up a little bit?
A little shaken up there is Ryan Kerr, along with Jacob Blanks, checking to make sure he's all right. As well,
Josh Bowes has gone to the penalty box, but we're not sure. Okay, there is Bowes right there.
Yeah, now they call the penalty right there.
Right there, that's a hook, yeah. But
let's keep an eye out on him. Now he comes right back in behind Nick Coward.
Okay, and then I think they're going to call another penalty here. He nailed Coward right at the number 12 is Jaros.
Jaros.
Yeah, he nailed him right at the net. So let's see what they call.
So
we know he's getting a hooking. We saw the referee give the hooking.
Will it be a major? We don't know. Let's see. Well, they just put it up. It's going to be a double minor.
A double minor.
Still.
Okay.
4 minutes.
Yep, a 4-minute minor. 2 for hooking and 2 for unsportsmanlike conduct. Okay.
Wow. And I think we got a replay coming here.
Okay.
We just saw the hook. Now the unsportsmanlike conduct is coming up. Well, we see right there in the replay, Jaros running into Hicks.
Right.
Causing Hicks to get shaken up.
And I think Bowes took exception to that.
Bingo.
And nailed him from behind, and the referee gave Bowes the original hooking penalty and 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike, so the time of the penalty will be 3:17, and he will serve the 4 minutes. And we'll see what happens from here.
Yeah.
So this is not a good situation from Franklin when they're trying to get back from a 4-1 deficit.
Being that Bowes will not get out of the penalty box at the most until at least 9 minutes left in this contest. Roughly.
Right.
So, yeah. And St. Francis, with the way they played there, let's see if Franklin can get that puck out of their own zone. And they do clear it. Coward. He's had a good game thus far.
Very good player.
Pass, or the shot taken from top of the St. Francis blue line, cleared away by Barrow. Shelnick, intended pass for lineman, I think intended for, looks like Brendan Booth, too far. And that is not a good sign if St. Francis is going to continue to dump it and Franklin's going to just shoot it down the ice without making anything. Not going to work.
No.
More pressure now. They score.
They do. But it looked like Coward again.
Coward again. Nick Coward.
He's just having himself a game, Neil.
I mean, not in terms of points, but he's been all over the place, passing the puck, stick handling the puck, and we got a replay coming up. Watch this. Howard, I think, fell to the ice initially.
Good-
We just saw that
good
just a
check.
moment with a check.
That was legal. Okay.
Yep. Gets up. There he is, right there. Boom.
Beautiful pass from number, was that number 12, Dawson Booth, or number 11?
Dawson Booth.
What a
Yeah.
pass.
Dawson Booth, I think that's his second point of the game.
Yep. And it comes at the 4:27 mark on a power play goal. So now Bo's first penalty will be taken off.
Yep.
And now we are starting his second penalty
Yep.
right now at the 151 mark. Or he's at 150 to go
Yep.
in his penalty.
Franklin can't clear it. There's a bouncing shot that's blocked. And finally cleared back to center ice. Now controlling again, Dawson Booth. Booth. And now St. Francis is clicking with these good passes. Booth coming in. Backhanded shot. Good stop there by Hicks.
This could be way out of control if it wasn't for Hicks. He's playing a really good game. It's really hard to. That's an offside. It's hard to say that when you're in a 4-1 game where the goalie's giving up 4. But Hicks has really kept Franklin in this game by making some key saves.
He has. Because
A lot
since
of credit to Steven on that.
literally all the action has been inside the Franklin zone. Franklin not paying, and what's aided them, Dennis, is St. Francis took over the control of the neutral zone.
Right.
You're saying, what does that have to do with taking over the Franklin zone? Well, control the neutral zone, they can regroup and then just come right back in on Stephen Hicks, which is what they've been doing. I mean, watch this.
Yeah.
I mean, puck now. Here they come again. Mack coming in. His shot scores. Look at that. Nick Mack coming in.
But original pass came from number 4, Billy Dressel.
Yep.
And Mack will score, and that will be a power play goal because Bose was serving the second of his minor penalties.
Penalty.
Yeah.
But I told you that things you didn't see. Well, here's the replay. That you didn't see back there where Dressel had the puck back in his own zone and the neutral area, passed it up to Mack, came in right on the left-hand side, and boom, backhanded right past Steve Hicks. It's now a 6-1 contest.
Yep.
No, Franklin, a lot of work to do. Well,
And as we just heard the PA, we were correct on that. It was number 17, Nick Mack, from a power play goal from number 4, Billy Dressel.
yep.
And it is a power play goal.
Trying to think if Mack had any. That's Mack's third point of the night. 1 goal and 2 goals and assists for Nick Mack.
Nick Mack, okay, we got another penalty here.
Well, let's see what we got. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be called on Franklin. So the Bulls penalty is over
Yeah.
because of that second goal, the Nick Mack goal. Ryan Kerr.
Ryan Kerr is going to get a hooking call at 6:05 of the third period.
So Bowles leaves the box after that power play goal. And now Kerr will go back in. St. Francis on the power play. And they keep Nick Mack out there for St. Francis, along with Brendan Booth.
A lot of good players on the St. Francis team, but Nick Mack and Nick Coward really stand out to me. And then the freshman, number 12, John Jarris.
John Jaros, good game.
Very, very good player. Just the future is so, ceiling is so right there for him. I mean, ceiling is unlimited.
I say Jaros, 1 goal, 1 assist. Again, pressure back inside the Franklin zone. Patriots clear it, but again, control by the Knights. Here they come again. Mack down the right side. He's got Booth with him, Brendan Booth. Doesn't matter. St. Francis is just controlling the puck inside the Franklin zone. Pick your number. Now Shelnick had it, lost it. Smythe fans on the shot, can't clear it. St. Francis continues to control. There's a shot, and they score.
It's number 10. Everybody's getting
Hunter
into
McKee.
Everybody's getting into the action
My
there.
goodness. And again, just passing the puck, controlling the neutral zone, and now it's a 7-1 contest, and we got a replay coming up. And again, number 19, Brendan Booth, hasn't scored, but the Booth name has been mentioned quite a bit, and there you go, voila.
Brother Dawson, yeah.
Yep. Dawson and Billy Dressel. Billy Dressel, another point for him.
And Billy Dressel, didn't we say? He's an underclassman as well.
Yep.
He's a sophomore.
So the underclassmen pick up that or assist on that seventh goal. It's now 7-1 for St. Francis.
And number 10, who got the goal, Hunter McKee, he's also an underclassman. I guess the story of this game we're talking about today is the underclassmen for St. Francis,
Yeah.
and it's pretty much what Coach Varga had told me before the game. He said, we're very talented, but keep in mind we're very young and we continue to improve.
You just mentioned that. Ryan Finn just had an opportunity for St. Francis, coming right down center ice. Didn't miss by much. Puck went over the net. St. Francis is just controlling the puck. Got Seaton and Cox out there, along with Bowes. Coach Ken Anderson for Franklin. He's got the top line out there, but shot on Barrow, but Mr. Barrow will make the stop. 8:40 remaining in this contest.
And as I said, a lot of credit needs to go to Stephen Hicks. You look at a scoreboard and you say 7-1, our goalie's not doing a job, but that's just not the case. Stephen Hicks has come up with some big saves today, and there's been some good plays by St. Francis, and Hicks has made a lot of nice saves. And
there's more traffic out there right around that Franklin goal crease, more traffic than you'd see on I-275.
That's right.
At rush hour.
Yeah, that's right.
Or even
Good analogy.
Again, action back inside the Franklin zone. And once again, St. Francis will just reconvene in their own zone, now taken by Jonah Ostrander. He's got a point on the night. One assist.
Forrest Stacy is out there for the first time. Number 9, he's also an underclassman. So.
And an icing call against Livonia Franklin. The faceoff will be brought back down to the other side of the rink.
7:41 to go in this third period. 7-1 game.
What do you tell your team? What do you tell Franklin if you were behind the bench right there? Put your big guns out there. Just don't quit.
Oh, no question, don't quit.
quit.
I mean, they haven't quit this season, as Ken Anderson has told me, so I don't understand why they would do it now, and they're not. I mean, we're seeing great effort out of Franklin still, but they're not getting the results they want. But as Coach Anderson said, they continue to improve from the start of the season till now, so I don't think there's any quit in this Franklin team. They got some character players out there, and he said it's very important. As I talked to Coach Anderson, I said about character, and he said, well, it just goes with not only are they smart hockey players, but the academics with the team is very good, and he said that's a character builder as far as he's concerned. So.
Let's see what Franklin can do right here. Get something going here, maybe get another goal here. Plenty of time remaining. There's a shot that throws wide. Good attempt there by, looks like Nick Coward out there. Now Box has it. Riley Box with a chance, and that shot goes deflected into the corner.
They have a 7-1 lead, but they're keeping the pressure on. But
Puck now rolls behind the Franklin net. Held in by Box. Taken by Kavanaugh. And Franklin looking to clear it. cannot. Held in by, finally cleared over the blue line. And an offside call against.
Actually, we're going to get a
St.
penalty again.
Oh,
We got Fugetti going to the box.
Kyle Fugetti, number 11. Yep.
5:58 remaining, so he's penalty will be called at 11:02, and I believe it's a roughing call on number 11, Fugetti.
He's heading down the box, and now once again St. Francis with the extra attacker. There's a backhanded chance. I think by Brendan Booth. Good stop there by Steve Hicks.
Well, Franklin has taken, that's their, including the 4 minutes by Bose, that would be their third player in the box, but fourth penalty, and because of Bose having the 4 minutes. So this third period is not good for them as far as staying out of the box. They just have not done it.
No. Coward and Mack, just a second ago, Dennis. Coward and Mack were on a 2-on-1 break. There was a moment, and Steve Hicks comes up with a big stop.
I've seen Stephen Hicks play in the level he played on the Livonia Knights that my son Derek coached, and I've seen Stephen Hicks play quite a bit, and he's a very good goalie.
Franklin will clear it.
Minute 10 to go in Fugetti's penalty.
There comes Shelnick now. Rings it in. Franklin held in. Held in by Nick Coward for St. Francis. Now Dressel. Dressel with a shot that goes wide. St. Francis just controlling that puck inside that Franklin zone, and the whistle blows and action stops as the net comes out the moorings.
43 seconds to go, and penalty to Fugetti.
Face-off will be to the right of Franklin goaltender Stephen Hicks. Bouncing puck goes into the neutral zone, and St. Francis will regroup. Led by Luke Kavanaugh. Finally, Franklin will clear it the other way. Denker takes it now. Owen Denker. He's got a goal on the game here. Scored back in the second period. He'll just shoot it right down the ice. Augustine had it, lost it. Now St. Francis will control it, and Hicks will spread eagle on the ice, make the stop, and clock stops with 4:05 remaining in this contest.
8 seconds to go, and the Fugetti penalty, 4:05 to go in the game. 7-1. As you say, Neil, you can't really tell by the standings if they're St. Francis is in last place in that Ohio division.
Yeah.
We don't know what their competition is like. You say that one of the teams is rated highly in the Ohio area.
St. John's of Toledo?
St. John's of Toledo. Well,
yeah. Good stop there by Barrow for St. Francis.
and when you play teams like that, let me point out that it just only makes your young players better too.
Yeah.
You may lose a game, but it makes them better, and you get better by playing better competition. There's no question about that.
Just want to mention one player that we haven't mentioned his name for Franklin, Evan McLucky, number 15, freshman, as Hicks makes a stop. Evan McLucky saw some action earlier in the season. Didn't see him out on the ice tonight, but his dad, the legendary Alex McLucky from Bentley High School.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Oh, wow, okay.
Remember the 1978 Bentley undefeated golf team?
Okay. Bentley had some very good sports teams back in the day.
They did, and Evan's dad, Alex, a star golfer, always made those eagles there at the Western Golf Course with his eyes closed.
Okay.
I'm sure he's watching this contest. As we go back to the action. Kavanaugh had it, lost it. Here comes
Franklin's back at full strength now.
Box. Cox now. Out there now, taken by, looks like Josh Bose now. Bose just clears it right down the ice. Pushing and shoving between like Peterson and Sawyer.
There's been a lot of penalties called in this game, but for the most part, it's been a clean game as far as there hasn't been fighting or the rough stuff.
Yeah,
It's been, it's been tripping, hooking, which are penalties that you don't want to see as a coach, but we're not out of control where guys want to take each other's heads off, which is a good thing. That's not the game of hockey that we like.
No. It's been controlled. It's just Franklin had some opportunities when St. Francis went to the penalty box.
Right.
As we're winding down this contest here, all St. Francis thus far, but let's see what Franklin can do in these waning moments of this contest. Stein racing for the puck. Can't clear it. Held in by Franklin.
Ooh,
and,
nice.
Well, there's no quit on this Franklin team.
No, there isn't.
Good stop there by Barrow. Josh Bose.
Nice shot from the point. Josh Bose, the youngster, too. He's only a 10th grader. Oh, he's a big boy. His future is bright. He was also on that Knights team, Livonia Knights team with Stephen Hicks and Kyle Figetti. A couple of the Churchill players were on that team, and a nice team.
A couple bodies go flying right at the Franklin blue line.
Kerr was slow to get up, but now he's up and around the boards. Minute to go in the period. Yeah.
Final 60 seconds. This hockey contest, 7-1. St. Francis. Now taking it is Denker. He'll just shoot it back to center ice. A little bumping right by the scores.
And we got a penalty, yep. And refs come in to break this stuff up, and looks like Franklin's going to the box.
Number 8 and number 9, Forrest Stacy, pinned to the ice.
Yeah, he was. By Ryan Kerr.
Ryan Kerr, yep.
Oh, and the ref is signaling a head contact.
That might be a major right there.
That might be a major, yeah. When you get into the head area, they don't fool around. It could be it is a 5-minute major with 38 seconds to go, so penalty will be called at 16:22 of the third period, and Ryan Kerr will get a 5-minute major for head contact.
So once again, St. Francis with the extra attacker. Chris Myers out there once again for St. Francis. Got a couple of the sophomores. Jaros is out there too for St. Francis. Meyer, bouncing wrist shot, goes a bit wide. Actually cleared by Hicks. St. Francis holding it in. Final moments of this hockey game. There's a pass. So, and coming right in, that's Kavanaugh. Loose puck in front, they score!
Oh, 2 seconds to go. So
John Jaros, I believe.
John Jaros, yep.
And give credit to number 6, Luke Kavanaugh, for providing interference in front of Steve Hicks.
Yep.
Jaros' second goal of the night.
And that, they're going to run out the final 2 seconds.
And that will do it.
So that will go John Jaros, number 12, on a power play from Number 6, Luke Kavanaugh. Number 15, Riley Box.
Riley Box, we've mentioned his name quite a bit. Finally, he gets a point on the night. And our final score, it was the Knights of St. Francis 8 and the Patriots of Livonia Franklin 1. And again, good. St. Francis, young, talented team, just came on in that third period, and the 2 shorthanded goals put the difference in that contest.
And we actually had a 3-1 game going into the third period, and then they kind of got out of hand with 5 goals. But Franklin kind of did it to themselves by putting themselves in the penalty box.
Yep.
And, you know, that's, as we said at the beginning of the contest, any game that we do, or any game that involves hockey, you can't go in the penalty box. It's just, you're looking for trouble when that happens. So
They had the power play. They had the extra man, Franklin, that is.
yeah.
Couldn't take advantage of that. St. Francis came up with a couple goals, shorthanded, and the momentum went towards the Knights, and
The rest is history.
the rest is history. Yep, worded it perfectly. Well, that will do it here, and hopefully you viewers at home enjoy this contest, and we have a couple more high school hockey matchups coming soon here on Sports Spotlight, so check your local listings. And we here say thank you for you at home tuning in, watching this matchup between these 2 hockey teams, Livonia Franklin, and Toledo St. Francis. So for the production crew behind the scenes here at the Eddie Edgar Arena here in Livonia, Michigan, and just remember, in the words of our good friend Bill Tyler, life is good. For myself and for Mr. Dennis Pushies, this is Neil Rifkin saying so long for Sports Spotlight.